Hi everybody, welcome to Prenatal Yoga with Selena. So as you see, I've set myself up on a wall today. So if you have a space in your house, and it doesn't have to be a wall, it could be the side of a bed or the side of a couch would do just fine. Get yourself set up with your props. Again, the block can just be a container or a box, even a stack of books at this point would be fine. Nice rolled up blanket would help as well. And then something to emulate a bolster could simply be your pillow or a whole bunch of rolled up towels. So get it all prepared, and we're going to stack ourselves up on the wall here. So that block or stack of books or container can just use there first to help support your big pillow. And we're just going to create a bit of an incline here to rest our back onto. And if you want, you can just provide extra added comfort for yourself by putting that blanket underneath your bum. Yeah, like so. Okay, bring yourself up on to that nice soft seat. Now, as you know, in my prenatal classes, this is an all trimesters yoga class. And so whether you're in your first, second, or third trimester, we want to try and focus on turning off that activation of your six pack. So the rectus abdominis, more specifically right here. I refer to it as your belly a lot. What we will create is an intra-abdominal pressure from inside. Now your belly's already expanding from inside. Growth with baby, your uterus is growing, your organs are getting pushed up into this cavity, and so everything is starting to expand. Now when we do something like a sit-up or something where we contract the six-pack, like crunchies or planks, even just getting up and out of bed, you just want to be mindful that you're using your arms or rolling onto your side, trying to turn off the six-pack as much as possible to avoid exacerbating or making that diastasis recti, that weakening of the center line that holds that fascia that holds the six-pack wall together, doesn't become worsened or exacerbated. Now, just a side note, every mama in the third trimester will get some degree of diastasis recti. Your belly can only get so big, and that's okay. What we don't want to do is make it worse. So from now on until the end of your pregnancy, turn off your six-pack muscles. We are going to connect to the core. That's the only tummy muscle that we need strong while pregnant. Okay, so then from here, that said, using your arms, curling your spine, and roll yourself down onto your pillow or bolster, whatever that is for you. Get comfortable. You know, if you need to get up and shift, you can get up and shift if you want. And then gently resting arms by your side or bringing hands to baby. Anywhere where you can get that gentle melting, that sensation through your body, like your bones are heavy and your muscles are soft. I encourage you to close your eyes here as well, as this helps you to focus inward specifically. This is practice for your birth, this focusing inside. Tapping into that anchor of your breath. Inhaling and exhaling, nice, long, smooth cycles of breath in and out. Maybe feeling your belly expand under your hands with each cycle, feeling it recede. That's beautiful. With each cycle, nourishing baby, nourishing your muscles, nourishing tension, letting that go. If your attention has wandered away, which after about 10 seconds is very normal, with compassion, gently bring it back. Refocus inside on your breath and on baby. Doing 2 more big nourishing breaths. When you're ready, gently gently opening your eyes, adjusting to the light. So as we made our way down on to our props, we're going to do the same to peel up, to try and avoid activating the six-pack. So roll your chin in with your strong arms, set them behind you, and push your way up into your tall seat. So if you need to adjust, you can adjust. If you want to move the props out of the way for now, we don't need them, you can do that. Come to sit up in your nice tall seat. All right, so we're gonna sweep the left leg around and behind now and take the right toe to the top of that knee. Okay, plant your right hand behind you, and as you inhale, sweep up, reaching up right up to the sky, and then exhale, find a beautiful side stretch. Now check in, how does this feel for you today, right now, in this moment? Good, and then slowly we're gonna come back up. All right, so we're gonna do that one more time. If you want to do the exact same movement, you can. Or if you want to, pressing that weight into your back hand, we're gonna lift the bum up and come into this gentle side stretch. Rolling up onto the shins, onto the legs. How does this feel? Check in. Remember, my cues are always suggestions. They're suggestions only for you. So do what feels right for you in each moment. Slowly settling down. Come back up into your tall seat. Okay, we're gonna swap sides so you can just navigate those feet over towards the right, bringing the left toe to the top of the right knee. Can you still get that nice tall seat? Taking that left hand, planting it down. Inhale, find the side stretch. Exhale, move into a space and a place that feels good. Notice the difference between stretch and strain. If you're having to grit your teeth and bear through the shape, then maybe it's a little too deep, come out. Good, and coming back up into that tall seat. Option to stay here, do the same thing, or inhale, lift your bum up and come into this side stretch. One more breath here, navigating, finding that little micro movement in your arm and body as you slowly make your way back down. Awesome, sweep that back leg around in front. I'm gonna get you to remove any props if you have them tucked underneath you. Get them to move them out to the side now and bring your feet into bound angle. So feet together, splay them open kind of like you're opening up a book, and then I just like to put a little flop in my knees to help open up that ball and socket joint of the hip. Allow that area to be open and then come in through stillness. You can bring your hands to your shins and help you to achieve that nice tall seat. Then from there, tense your fingers behind you. Inhale, really lift up through your heart center, squeeze your shoulder blades to your spine, and then exhale, start to push forward. So you're using your fingertips behind you, pressing into the floor to push forward. Keep your heart shining up. You may only push forward 1 millimeter and find that juicy stretch, and that's where you stop. Perfect, stop there. Doesn't need to come forward before you start to feel that big expansion through your pelvis and hips. Notice the difference between stretch and strain. Can you still breathe through the pose? Yeah. Lovely, and slowly coming back up. Okay, take the knees together, sweep them around. We're gonna come in through tabletop, coming forward onto all fours. Let's put a sway into our hips. Nice intuitive dance. You can roll. Just shift laterally, whatever feels good for you. So again, this position, tabletop, beautiful position to birth in. So could you possibly imagine yourself here birthing? Could you imagine yourself pushing baby out in this position? Yeah. I've seen births where baby has shoulder dystocia, so that's where the head and one arm is out, but the shoulder is stuck behind the pelvis. And I've seen a mama get into all fours like this, and baby just slides out. Remember, it's increasing the space in the pelvis by being here. It's using gravity as well. Beautiful. Good, Good. And then coming back through center, walk your hands up, up, up. We're gonna come into kneeling. Make sure your knees are comfortable. If you need to double up your mat or pull in your prop. Bend into the right knee and bring it out in front of you and just heel toe it out to the side at a comfortable edge. Check in with your left knee. I'm gonna bring my foot into the center line just because that kind of feels good here. Okay, everything feel good? Slide your right elbow down your leg and then inhale, find that nice rainbow arm over your body with your left arm, reaching the fingertips over. And so here we're in kind of this kneeling lunge position. Really beautiful position as well to get into during the second stage when you're pushing. Could you imagine yourself in this position? It doesn't have to be with your arm over. You know, you can have your hands down on the floor. You could have your hands reaching up behind your partner's waist, maybe even leaning over your bed if you're at home. You can lower or raise that hospital bed as well. Use everything around you, but visualize it now. So you have these tools ready in your back pocket for the big day, that big moment. You don't want to have to be thinking about it, moving intuitively there. All right, and coming back up, hands to your hips, guide your right leg back slowly and bring the left foot around. Heel toe it out to the left, find a comfortable position for your knees. Guide your left elbow out on your leg. Inhale, right arm comes up. Move hair out of your mouth. And exhale, rainbow your arm over your body. Always find those little micro movements if you want to. It's good practice for your birth. As I said, movement is one of our key tools, helping to get baby encouraged in that great position, ready for the second stage for pushing. Good. One more breath. And then slowly coming back through kneeling. And then take your knees wide. We're gonna spend 20 seconds in frog squat. So if you wanna reach for your block or prop to use in front of you as an extension to your arms, grab that now and bring it in. Otherwise, we're gonna lift the knees up, taking them nice and wide. And as we turn this into a balance, you know we need to connect to our core. So draw the energy of your legs towards the center line. And here you find your stillness, your stability. You can bring hands to prayer or simply keep hands resting down wherever feels comfortable for you. Have you lost your breath? If you lose sight of it, don't worry. It's always there waiting for you. Just pick it right back up. So this again is an amazing position to be birthing in. I've seen a birth where mama was on her yoga mat, so you can just stay where you are, I'll show you. Mama was on her yoga mat and she birthed baby out in this position, holding on to her partner's hands, and she birthed in this position. And guess where the caregiver had to be? The midwife had to be here on her back, and that is okay. Caregiver can get into any position they need to. What is easiest for you is easiest for baby though. Okay, good. Taking your hands slowly to the ground, widen your stance and ragdoll up. So drop your head, lift your bum first, stack vertebrae upon vertebrae as you slowly ascend up. Good, and we're gonna come to mountain at the top of your mat. So I'm gonna show you from the side view, checking in with your alignment, ears stacking, bum blossoming, palms facing forward to open up your heart, widen your collarbones. Take one big out breath, whatever one's your favorite. You know, I'm always going to pick the moan when I say that, right? It really is the most powerful out breath that you've got in your tool belt. Okay, taking your hands to your hips, let's take a big giant step back with the right leg, and we're going to come into warrior one, so planting that back heel down, angling the toe forward. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead to the height of your ears. Exhale, bend into the front knee just enough so that it's stacked right over top of your heel. Okay, hug your legs towards the center line. Hug, hug, hug. Good. All right, and then from here, keep the connection between your legs. Bring your arms out in front of you, parallel to the ground. We're coming into eagle arms. And if you know you don't want to do eagle arms, just come into the bear hug. Taking your left arm over the right, crossing at the elbow. Wind, 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 wind. Bringing palm to palm or back of the hand or whatever bind you want. Lift your hands up, up, up until you feel that glorious stretch through the shoulder blades across the upper back. And unwind the arms, taking your hands to your hips. Pivot on your heels and face the side of your mat. Okay, plie your toes out and find that gentle squat with your hands on your thighs. And here, just slowly rocking from side to side. If you want to, you can find that gentle rotation through the spine. Move with your breath. So therefore, moving slower than you normally would. Good, and if you want to, you can bring the arms in, sweeping them up to the side, kind of like you're holding that big beach ball right back down through center. Opposite side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring it back down. You got it. Keep flowing, even if it doesn't look the way it looks on me, as long as it feels good for you. Work with it. One more to either side and we'll meet back up in center. And taking both hands to your hips. Keep a nice bend in your knees. Not just about done. We're not quite done yet. We're gonna find that cat-cow with our spine. So inhale, lift your heart, widen your collarbone, settle your shoulders down. Exhale, round your spine. I'll show you from the side. Tuck your tail under. Inhale, splay your belly open in this space between your legs. Exhale, really round as much as you can. And just keep going like that. Good. And we'll do one more cycle. Where on your next inhale, it'll take you to standing with your hands on your hips. Pivot your front foot forward. Hop that back up. Shake it out at the top. All right, coming to the opposite side. Show you from the side again. Hands to your hips, nice strong mountain. Giant step back with the left leg. Warrior one feet, so arrange them so belly's facing the front of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, settle into the front knee. Settle right in and hug your legs towards one another. Reach your fingers, settle your shoulder blades. Nice strong active arms. And then exhale, bring your arms forward, parallel to the floor, crossing right over this time. Remember at the elbows to wind, wind, wind to find your eagle arms or your variation of. Lift your elbows up, up, up as high as you can. Feeling that beautiful stretch opening across the shoulder blades. Keep the connection between your legs. If you've lost it, reactivate. Out breath is always available to you. Take whichever one you fancy. And last cycle. Unwind those arms with your hands on your hips. Pivot on your heels to face the side. Plie your toes out, coming into your squat. Shifting back and forth, finding that ninja lunge. You want to, getting the arms involved, sweeping them to the side. Check in with your movement. Can you match your movement to the rate of your breath? Oftentimes we have to slow down our movement once we bring awareness to this. So when you need to inhale, raise up. And when you need to exhale, come down. One more to either side, balancing yourself out. Beauty. And back through center. Remember to keep that nice squat. Inhale, cow. Exhale. Really round and arc your spine, tuck your tail. Keep flowing. What feels good for you feels good for baby. One more. Lovely. Coming back through center, straighten the legs. Pivot on your front foot, hop that back foot up and give it a little shake out. All right, let's wind our way down into our well-deserved Shavasana. Pulling in your props, pulling in whatever you need, or just taking yourself to a place that you can get very comfortable for these next few minutes. Making sure you're not doing that reverse sit-up to get down. Guiding your way down onto your side and resting in whatever comfortable position works for you. When you're there, softly close your eyes and start to tap into that easy rhythm of your breath and just noticing what's going on with the breath, where it's at. Encourage long, abundant cycles, swelling fully into completion and out fully. So I'm going to take you through a simple visualization that I created to emulate the journey of your birth. As I said, visualizing positions and movements that you might want to be in during your birth. Doing it now while pregnant can be really great planning as you approach the big day. So once you've settled in, get comfortable, get still. I want you to imagine that you are in the early stages of your birth. Visualize yourself moving around. Perhaps you go outside for a walk, and climb stairs, and put on some music to dance to. Here you are using your tools with each rush and finding your 3 R's. Your rhythm and ritual for relaxation. Moving forward into the active stages of your birth now. Each rush is getting longer, stronger, and closer together. And you're becoming more and more vocal and less comfortable. You start to notice your body giving you cues to move when you've stayed in one position for too long. These are all good things. You follow your intuition and get upright. Imagine yourself leaning over a counter and swaying your hips with the next wave. This helps your uterus contract more strongly and efficiently, getting baby into the better position to pass through your pelvis. Next, you move into a standing embrace with your partner or caregiver, using them as a prop to lean against. This works with gravity widening your pelvis as your baby is drawn towards the floor. With the next wave, you slowly move onto a large exercise ball or chair, using the wall for support as you lean forward to rest. This position provides better oxygen supply to baby. The next rush has you on your knees, leaning over your bed or other prop. You are helping to reduce any use of augmentation and intervention by following your intuition and moving in a way that encourages baby down into the optimal position for birth. And with the next sensation, you notice the sudden urge to push. You feel a deep heaviness in your pelvis, and with great inward focus, you move into the second stage of birth. Now you've dropped onto your hands and knees, rocking back and forth intuitively, possibly helping to shorten this phase, the pushing stage of labor. Lastly, imagine that you've settled back into a squat position as baby is crowning. You're almost there. You feel powerful, euphoric, stronger than you've ever felt in your entire life. You've moved through your birth freely and without inhibition, with great intuition and self-guidance. Welcome to motherhood. Slowly starting to find that sweet movement in your limbs and head. And if you're not already there, rolling onto your side and using your arms to ragdoll your way up into your tall, tall seat. Thank you so much for joining me here today. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you and the little light inside of you. Namaste.